डियर स्टूडेंट्स, आप सबका वेलकम है आज के लेक्चर में। आज के लेक्चर का टॉपिक है टू वे स्लैब। तो सबसे पहले हम टू वे स्लैब के बारे में ये जानेंगे कि इस स्लैब के बारे में ख़ास बातें क्या हैं। हम किस तरह से स्लैब को पहचान सकते हैं कि टू वे स्लैब कैसा होता है और इसके IS कोड के हिसाब से क्या क्या मुख्य बातें हैं। तो आप देखेंगे कि हमने एक रूम का स्केच लिया है, जिस रूम का शॉर्टर स्पैन LX है और लॉन्गर स्पैन LY है। तो IS 456-2000 पेज 90 एनेक्सर D के हिसाब से फॉर टू वे स्लैब जो मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट कंडीशंस दिया है that Ly upon Lx, that is the ratio of longer span upon shorter span, should be less than equal to 2 is the two-way slab. इस के हिसाब से आप अगर एक टू वे स्लैब का क्लॉज को ध्यान में रखें और एक स्केच बनाए टू वे स्लैब का, तो ये स्लैब बिल्कुल वन वे स्लैब से अलग है। इसमें जो बेंडिंग कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है वो बोथ स्पैन में होगा, बिकॉज इसका नाम ही है टू वे स्लैब। इसका मतलब है कि बोथ वे बेंडिंग, द बेंडिंग वुड अकर इन बोथ द स्पैन्स। देयरफॉर शॉर्टर स्पैन एज वेल एज लॉन्गर स्पैन बोथ आर इम्पॉर्टेंट। अब जब बेंडिंग होगा तो क्या क्या खास बातें हैं, आप उस चीज़ को देखें कि अगर बेंडिंग शॉर्टर स्पैन में होता है तो मान के चलिए कि दिस इज़ द स्केच जिसमें शॉर्टर स्पैन में अगर बेंडिंग होता है, ये हमारा शॉर्टर स्पैन है LX, तो पूरे स्लैब के एरिया को हमने 3 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करना है। IS 456-2000 के हिसाब से, जिस तरह से पेज 90 पे दिया हुआ है कि 3 पार्ट में स्लैब ऐसा माना जाएगा कि डिवाइड होता है, जिसमें जो नियर ये 2 शॉर्टर स्पैन है तो नियर द राइट स्पैन शॉर्टर स्पैन डिवाइडेड बाई 8, इस लेंथ में एक छोटा सा बनेगा एज स्ट्रिप, और जो राइट साइड में जो सपोर्ट है यहाँ से लेके सपोर्ट के एंड से लेके LX/8 टुवर्ड्स द स्पैन अगेन बनेगा एक एज स्ट्रिप, और जो बीच का हिस्सा बनता है उसे हम बोलते हैं मिडिल स्ट्रिप, जिसकी लंबाई होगी 3/4 LX। इसका मतलब है कि जो 3/4 ऑफ द स्पैन है वो मिडिल स्ट्रिप के अंदर आएगा, और जो 1/4 बचता है उसका 50% राइट साइड एज स्ट्रिप एंड 50% लेफ्ट साइड एज स्ट्रिप। अब इसमें खास बात एक कंसेप्ट क्या है कि व्हेन द टू वे स्लैब इज कंस्ट्रक्टेड, इसके चारों एज पे सपोर्ट इसेंशियल है। सपोज टू वे स्लैब there is a support at this end, support at this end, so there would be some negative moment developed in the edge strip on the top of the slab. Similarly, there would be positive moment development in the middle strip in the bottom of the slab. So the top of the slab of the edge strips and the bottom of the slab of the middle strips both are critical, and for them we have to design the steel reinforcement. So this is the case in if the bending takes place in the shorter span. In addition to this, the bending would take place in the longer span also. So the same way the slab will be assumed to be divided into 3 parts. This is just a virtual assumption. So if we say the edge strip would occur near the supports in a length of Ly/8 both side, and the middle part, that is the middle strip, would be the 3/4 of the span, that is 3/4 Ly. The same thing happens here as it happened in the shorter span. So both way bending are taking place in case of two way slab. So if we combine both these two sketches, two diagrams, a common diagram can be prepared like this, that is all along the boundary of the slab, along the edges of the slab near the supports, because all four side supports are required in case of two-way slab. Whereas in case of one-way slab, the essentials were only two supports, that is on the left and right side of the sorter span. But in case of two-way slab, we need the support on all four sides. So near the support walls, there would be edge strips all along it, and the central portion of the slab would be middle strip, which would have positive bending moment, and this area would go down. This would deflect down, and the edge strip would have a negative bending moment, so it will have a negative bending moment on the top of the slab, so it would bend like this, whereas the middle strip would bend like this. So it is the case of bending in case of two-way slab. Now there are two different situations. The two-way slab is resting on all along the four sides on brick walls, suppose simply supported slabs. In that case, if the slab is fully loaded, so this portion will go down, but this edge strips will try to come up. It will bend up in this way, and because of bending, that is hogging bending we say in the edge strip area, because of this bending and the slab is loaded fully, the corners of the slab may lift up the support. So there will be a gap developed between the support and the bottom of the slab, and this would cause so many serious problems. So this case occurs in case of simply supported two-way slabs, where all four edge supports are brick walls. So simply supported two-way slabs, this would be known as. If we take a cross-section diagram and we visualize this lifting of the corners, so it will be brick wall supports. Initially it was horizontal slab, but when it is fully loaded and the slab deflects, you can see there is a deflection here in the mid span in the middle strip area, and here the lifting at the support. So this lifting causes a gap, and this will cause seepage in the slab. Water would be coming from the outside area to the inner of the room. So this lifting of corners takes place in case of simply supported two-way slab. So यहाँ तक आप ये समझ गए होंगे कि two-way slab खास में हम पहचानते कैसे हैं, इसके बेंडिंग पैटर्न्स क्या है, दोनों स्पैन में बेंडिंग होता है तो क्या क्या खास पोर्शन स्लैब के अंदर है जो हमें ध्यान देना है, और बेंडिंग पैटर्न्स इन एज स्ट्रिप कैसा होता है, दैट इज ए हॉगिंग टाइप, and the bending patterns in the middle strip is a sagging type. So hogging type means this is the hogging type when the slab going down, the downward deflection. But if the same slab bends like this near the supports, then it is a hogging type. So in the middle strip area it will bend like this. So this area, this bending is known as sagging bending, and this is known as hogging bending, in different opposite nature of bending. So here the tension is on top, and in the sagging area, that is the middle strip area, the tension is at bottom of the slab. So in two-way slab we have to take care of both the edge strip as well as the middle strip. If the slab is only simply supported, then there will be no edge strip, because in that case the bending moment at the support becomes 0. So this hogging bending doesn't occur. Only entire sagging would take place. So we have to keep the facts into consideration depending on the type of the slab and the situation of the supports and loading. Now briefly, if we discuss, the two-way slab is of major two types. The first type is known as simply supported slab, and another is the restrained slab. The simply supported slab, as we have discussed, that it will have lifting of corners. When the slab is loaded, the slab would lift at corners. Another more important point is, simply supported slab corners would not be provided with torsion steel, because the torsion steels are provided when the lifting of corners are restrained, not allowed. Another important point is that in simply supported slab, the edge strips are not provided because there is no bending moment at the supports. Now for design of simply supported slab, the IS 456-2000 has given some formulas. If you refer to the IS code, page number 91, so according to this, in table 27, the bending moment coefficient for slabs spanning in two directions at right angles simply supported on four sides. So there are bending moment coefficients depending upon the values of Ly by Lx ratio. So now we'll take up this. According to IS 456-2000, the value of bending moment, maximum bending moment along short span, that is, I see the short span directions. You can see here that if you are taking the x-axis, then this is mx, that is the bending of the short spans about this x-axis. And if you say this is y-axis, then this corresponds to the bending of the longer span about y-axis, and the value of the maximum bending moment, which we say is my. Now the value of the mx, if the two-way slab is simply supported, simply alpha x multiplied by w, the UDL, total UDL load, and Lx square, that is the shortest span square. And the value of the bending moment along y direction, that is the bending along longer span, will be alpha y w Ly Lx square. Here in both the formula, Lx is only taken, the shortest span values are taken. So this is as per page number 91 of IS 456, table 27 and clause D2. Now this is the simply supported two-way slab important points. Now if the second type of two-way slab is the restrained slab, in this restrained slab, what are the demerits of the simply supported two-way slabs are taken care of, and in this the lifting of corners is not allowed. You can compare, it was allowed in simply supported two-way slab, but it is not allowed in this. Now to restrict the lifting, restrain the lifting of the slab at corners, in two-way slab, torsion steel is provided at corners. So again, this is a major difference between the two-way simply supported slab and restrained slab. The third important point in restrained slab is the edge strips are provided. It means in edge strip, we have to take care of the proper reinforcement, because here would be the negative bending moments, and this we have to take care. So the maximum bending moment in middle strip, as we have discussed in simply supported case, is calculated from the formula, that is again from IS 456-2000, page number 91. This is table number 26. So bending moment coefficients for rectangular panels supported on four sides with provision for torsion at corners. Now according to this table, there are different types of slab panels, and these slab panels has been designated based on the boundary conditions, the edge conditions of the slab. So again, depending on the value of the ratio of Ly by Lx, the various values can be there. So according to a specific value, we can get the value of alpha x and the value of alpha y. For alpha x, there are so many options, but for alpha y, there is only one column. So depending on the value of Ly by Lx, we can find out the alpha x and alpha y. Now you can see here the maximum bending moment along x, if the bending takes place along shorter span x direction, about x direction, the mx is alpha x w Lx square, again the shorter span square, and the bending moment maximum value along longer span, that is about y-axis bending takes, it is my alpha y w Lx square. So this is as per table 26 of IS 456, page number 91. Now briefly discuss what are the boundary conditions which has been taken in IS codes. The first boundary condition which has been taken is for the interior panels. Now for the interior panels, how it looks, the slab 1 is interior panel, if I say, then on four sides it is continuous. The slab is going to the continuous to the next span, next span, next span, and next span. So all four sides this slab is extending. So it is all four sides it is continuous. So it is an interior panel. So we have to identify from a plan, a building plan, which the type of slab comes under which type of panel in the IS code table 26. Now the second panel type is given, that is one short edge continuous. One short is continuous. So suppose the four edges are there, this is a shorter span, and on three sides, if I say this hatch edge, it means the discontinuous edges that is simply supported on these sides. But from this span it is continuous. So only one span, that is shorter span, the slab is continuous. So it is panel number. तो आपने देखा कि पैनल नंबर 2 को पहचानने के लिए हमें जो जानना है कि one short edge should be continuous. So you have four edges, three edges are discontinuous, that is simply supported, but this short edge is continuous. So this is panel number 2. Next comes panel number 3, that is one long edge discontinuous. So panel number 3 is one long edge discontinuous, that is this is the one long edge. This is discontinuous, that is simply supported. Other all three edges are continuous. So this is as per IS code panel number 3. The panel number 4 is two adjacent edges discontinuous. So this is the panel number 4. So you can see here two adjacent edges are discontinuous, that is simply supported, and this is shown by hatched lines. And the other two edges are continuous. So this is panel number 4. Panel number 5 is two short edges discontinuous. Panel number 5, that is two short edges discontinuous. You can say two short edges discontinuous. This one and this one are discontinuous, and other two edges, that is the long edges, are continuous. So this is panel number 5. Panel number 6 is two long edge discontinuous. Two long edge discontinuous. So in a separate sketch you can see here in this slab, these two long spans are discontinuous. So this is, and two short spans are continuous. So this is panel number 6. Panel number 7 is three edges discontinuous. So you can say panel 7, if a room is like this, is a small slab, two slab, and three edges are discontinuous. Only one long edge is continuous. So this is panel number 7. Now panel number 8 is three edges discontinuous, that is three edges discontinuous, only one short edge is continuous. So this is panel number 8, which is more and more similar to panel number 2 in IS code table number 26. And the last panel is the four edges discontinuous, simply like this, is to a slab. All the four edges are discontinuous, that is simply supported, but this is a restrained slab because at all the four corners torsion steel are to be provided in this case. So in all there are 9 types of slab panels in a 2A slab category, and this has to be identified from the building plans based on their age conditions, and accordingly the design of the 2A slab would be carried out. So with this, thank you very much for listening to this lecture.